Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today I've got pretty much it's a simple recipe that I'm making today. But I thought that I'd try to demonstrate how to make it at home cleaner and better than what you can buy pre-done at the supermarket, either in the frozen aisle or the fresh aisle. Now, I took a walk through the supermarket earlier when I was buying my ingredients, and I did take a look at the frozen one, and I did count that in this frozen recipe here, there are about 30 ingredients, and if you count sub-ingredients, it's probably going to be even more than that. So in the first one here, the frozen one, you'll see that it only actually has 8% beef in it, and it's got a lot of fillers in there. It's got regulators, preservatives, processing aids, it's got thickeners, yeast extracts, and it also has natural colors, which you should stay away from. And meanwhile, for the second one here, this one's marketed as a healthy gym option, which, you might be inclined to think this is going to be a better option. For starters, you're heating it in plastic, so that's probably not a great idea. But let's take a look at the ingredients in this one as well. And you'll see this one, even though it's perceived to be healthy, it's full of soy sauce, vegetable oils, water. It's got acidity regulators, preservatives, thickeners, natural flavors. So there's about 17 to 22 ingredients in that one as well. Whereas the one that I'm about to make at home today, as you'll see here, I haven't counted, maybe 8 ingredients. I have tomato passata. We are working with 750 grams of beef mince. I've got my spaghetti there, tasty cheese, fresh basil. Also have some organic tomato paste, 1 bulb of garlic, 2 onions, and we also have some oregano as well. So I've gone through and meticulously looked at all the ingredients here to make sure they're as clean as they possibly can be, and I'm actually really happy with the choices that I've made. Even stuff like passata, you can get this. This here is the organic passata, but you look at the ingredients list there, it is literally just tomatoes. There's nothing else in there. The first one I picked up had acidity regulator in there, which maybe in small doses is okay, I suppose, but I'm trying to make this as clean as I possibly can. This one here, which I got from Aldi, is nothing but tomatoes. Same with my spaghetti as well. And also I found this tomato paste at Aldi as well. Same thing, it is literally 100% tomatoes, nothing else. And it was also organic. So with this recipe, it's a fairly simple one. Anyone can make this at home. If you haven't cooked before, or maybe you've got kids that want to cook, this is a great one to start them on. Obviously supervise them around the knife, or maybe you do the cutting part of the knife, but the cooking part, this is great for kids, or you can bulk make this as well. You can freeze it in the freezer or keep it in the fridge, and it's good to go for the rest of the week. So we're gonna get straight into this. My water's already boiling over here, so I'm gonna chuck in my spaghetti, and then we'll get started on the rest. A little chef trick to opening your spaghetti. Bang, done. And straight into the water. And I'll leave that there to soften up a little bit before I stir it in. Don't break it. The Italians will yell at you if you break this. Now, FYI, when it comes to this recipe, I'm not claiming that this is an authentic Italian recipe. This is just my take on bolognese. Now, you can make this cheap, you can make this simple at home. It's quick, it's easy, it's a no-brainer, and it's clean and it's healthy and it's loaded with protein. This one might have more protein per serve than the one that I showed you at the start of the video, because this one has considerably more meat in it. So basically what we're going to do, let's get started here. So I've got my 2 onions. I'm just going to dice these up. Just like that. You can dice them a little finer if you want, but I don't mind for my recipe. I'm putting in two onions. Let's do the next one. Just in half, and slice again. Don't slice so fast if you're not confident using a knife. That's it there. Done. Onions, good to go. And now I'm crying from the onions already. All right, so now I've got my bulb of garlic. You can put as much or as little of the garlic as you want in there. If you don't like garlic, don't put it in at all. I'm crying from these onions, by the way. Oh my word. Okay, I like to put extra garlic in mine because I really love that garlic flavor. But you may not like garlic, don't put it in at all, or just put less in. I'm just gonna stir this pasta first, nice and gentle. I did put a little bit of salt in the water. I didn't put any oil in the water. You can, people do. I don't really feel the need to do that. So this went in from boiling point, and it should take about, I don't know, 9 minutes, maybe 8 minutes till it gets to al dente. And you leave that for a little bit. Now I did buy this little trick here from Amazon a while ago. This here is a great way to peel your garlic. So you shove your garlic in there one at a time usually, or maybe you could do two actually. Two at a time in there, put it down on the board like that, use the palm of your hand and just roll it. And look at that. Instant peeled garlic. That is a really nice little hack. I can't remember how much that cost me, but I just got it from Amazon. It was actually probably like $9 or something, I guess, or I don't know, but it is a worthwhile investment. It's really simple, just straight in, rub it a couple of times, like that, pull it out, perfectly peeled garlic. That is such a great little hack. So the garlic is good to go, as you can see there. So I'm just going to use my microplane, and then we're going to chuck it in the onions, and then we'll chuck the onions into the pot. So if you don't actually have a microplane, I have said in other videos, you can just use your box grater, the fine side there, does the same job. So I've got my onions here ready to go. I've got my fresh garlic ready to go. So let's take it over there. We'll chuck it into the pan, stir that pasta because it's probably coming close to being finished now. And then we'll get started on the herbs. So I'm just gonna give this pasta a quick stir, and I reckon it'll be ready in about 1 to 2 minutes max. Meanwhile, in this pan here, go my onions. Now I do have tallow in the bottom of this pan. Just a wee bit of tallow in there. Give that a bit of a stir. Meanwhile, I'm going to check this pasta. Just take one strand and just give it a taste. You know what? That is actually perfect al dente. It's probably about 8 minutes. So the pasta's going to be finished before the food will be, but that's fine. I'll set it to the side. And the warmth in that, after I drain it, will continue to cook it until it's perfectly done. Just give these a bit of a stir so they don't stick. Just turn the heat down. A good chef always cleans up as they go. So now what I'm going to do is prepare the herbs. So I've got my fresh bunch here of basil. And I've also got my one bunch of oregano. Now I have washed this oregano because oregano can get quite dirty, so it's always a good idea. I picked it first and then washed it through a strainer. And then it's just as simple as picking the leaves. Make sure you go and stir your pot now and then. It's important that it doesn't burn or stick. And you can't beat fresh herbs in your food. You buy the dried stuff, that's fine, but fresh, you will absolutely 100% notice the difference. It really makes or breaks the dish using fresh, I believe. I wouldn't use dried herbs for this kind of dish, unless you're trying to keep it more budget conscious, I suppose. I'm just going to rough chop this. I'm going to add my oregano to it as well. And continue chopping it. Okay, so the herbs are chopped. So what I'm going to do now is chuck in here my 750 grams of beef mince. Go straight into the pan. Just scrape up all those little caramel bits down the bottom there so they don't stick. That's fine, just like that. Just use the spoon to try and break up the mince as much as you can so it's not in little clumps. All right, so at this point, I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna chuck in the tomato passata and tomato paste. Tomato paste, I mean, I'm not really measuring this out, but probably half a tube, I'd say. That's a 200 gram tube. Let's see though how it looks when I put it in there though. That was about 3/4 of a tube in the end. Give that a bit of a stir in. And then we can chuck in the tomato passata. Turn the heat down a little bit because this is a point where we don't want it to start sticking. Passata, in it goes. Actually, a neat little trick here. If you have trouble trying to undo that lid, what you can do, bang the lid, not the glass, just the lid part on the bench. Bang, done. Makes life a hell of a lot easier. Pour that in. I'm going to turn that right down because I'm going to let this simmer now. Give it a bit of a stir, then we'll add in the herbs, put the lid on, and then we can walk away for a little while and let that simmer away, let all the flavours really come out in that nice, wholesome food. So these are the herbs that I've already cut. So it was 1 bunch of oregano and 1 bunch of basil. And we'll give this a bit of a stir in again. And then I think we're good to let it go for a little while. So I've just put the lid on that and I'm just gonna let that sit there and that's gonna simmer for a little while. So this is the easy part now. All the hard work's done. The bolognese is on, it's simmering. I've got my pasta cooked, ready to go. So we're gonna leave this for a little while, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes or so, we'll see, and see how those flavors develop. I'm gonna season it at the end because I don't wanna start seasoning it just yet, but everything's in there. It's gonna have good, wholesome, clean flavors. It's shocking to me that we've gone down the path of convenience now, in the sense, like I understood it back in the day, but now that I've got more clarity around food and around all the bad stuff that's in food, I mean, it's just unnecessary to have so many ingredients for such a simple dish. And if you look at all the ingredients that the 2 bolognese has that I showed you, the fresh one that you microwave or the frozen one versus my one's wholesome, my one's real, it's got good flavors in there. Mine, I reckon, is gonna have a hell of a lot more flavor than the ones that you buy that's pre-done. All right, so that has been about half an hour. And I'm really happy with that. That smells fantastic. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in a little bit of salt and pepper and then taste it, and then we'll take it from there. So when it comes to seasoning, I just say season to taste. So whatever your preference is, if you like a little saltier, a little pepperier, if that's a word, then, you know, do it to your liking, basically. So season to taste. But let's have a taste now. So I've just seasoned that lightly, but let's see if we nailed it. So far, it is looking good. That's nice and warm, nice and hot. You can still see that steam coming off of it too. So that's been about half an hour, I'd say. But let's give this a go. Bon appetit. Oh God, you know what? Oh, herbs make it 100%. You can make that without herbs, of course you can. But you know what? I think you need those in there. I love oregano, fresh oregano and fresh basil. They just work so well together, especially in this dish. I'm happy with the seasoning of that, so I'm not gonna really tweak it too much. You know what? What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mix my cooked pasta in with the sauce and mix it through, and then I'm just gonna portion them up into containers after it cools down, and then we can put them in the freezer. But I'm also gonna have some for lunch as well. So, you know what? I'm pretty happy with the way that this has turned out so far. And hopefully this is just showcasing to you. I mean, this is a very simple recipe. I questioned, should I even make it? But you know what? It is a crowd favorite. Everybody, or most people, seem to really love spaghetti bolognese, and I sure do too. I don't get to eat it very often usually because my normal diet is just beef mince, but it's good to change things up occasionally, and it's great to have an old crowd favorite like spaghetti bolognese. Now again, this one isn't traditional in any way. This is my take on spaghetti bolognese, but the herbs in there really make that. Now, I forgot to mention as well, when you're cooking this, You can put red wine in there as well. Red wine might actually set it off quite well. Reduce the red wine down by half or 3/4 just to get that nice flavor in there. I'd put that through with the onions before you put the passata in. I obviously didn't do that because I'm a recovering addict. I don't drink, therefore I don't need it in there. It doesn't need it, but it will lift it and elevate it slightly. If you want that, I suggest doing it. But I'm going to portion this up now. So I'm going to chuck in the pre-cooked pasta, which is still hot. Now, some people like to put their pasta in the bottom of the bowl and then pour the sauce over the top. That's fine. Whatever you do, you do you. But for me, I find it just easier to have it coated with the sauce. That way the pasta doesn't stick and it freezes up and defrosts much easier. But that is pretty much it, you know. I'm going to take this out shortly and put some cheese on it and we are good to go. All right, so now I have some cheese here as well, which I've already pre-grated. That's just my tasty cheese. So let's put a little of that on top. You know what? I think we're done. That looks so good. That there is a man-sized bowl of pasta though. But you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to freeze the rest of this up once it cools down and portion it up, and then I can just pull it out throughout the week when I need it. But I'm really happy with this. I'm going to put a side-by-side comparison of per serve, which you'll see on screen right now, of the bought version versus my version as well. And we'll be able to see the difference if it's actually worth making at home yourself. If not for health reasons, for money reasons especially. But you know what, even if there is, I would still highly advise eating this way, because eating clean is very important, especially now more than ever. And you know what, with the amount of rubbish that they're putting in food that we don't know because they sneak it in all these little ingredients and stuff, you really need to question what it is that you're eating. I'm not trying to scare anybody by doing what I'm doing, by the way. I'm just trying to help people just realize exactly what's in their food. If you made it to the end of the video, I really do appreciate it. I would love a thumbs up and a subscription for the video. You know, if you have any ideas of anything that you'd like me to try cooking a clean version of, then leave it in the comment section. Or if you actually make this yourself at home, let me know how yours turns out. It's really good to get into the kitchen and to get back to the roots of enjoying cooking again. Now, I'm deliberately showcasing all this simple food. I mean, this is all simple food, but I'm showcasing it to try and show you that it can be done, and it can be done quite well. You don't need to be a chef to do this kind of food. I've touched on it in previous videos. I loved cooking those, you know, restaurant quality kinds of foods. I really did enjoy it. But as a home chef, as somebody at home, I'd rather just eat simple and I'd rather eat clean. And honestly, the way the environment is in the world at the moment, I'd rather eat cheap too. So that's the idea behind all these videos that I'm doing with the cooking is, yes, it is simple food, but what I'm trying to do is keep it as cost effective as possible whilst also being clean and as healthy as we can possibly make it. Because when you walk into a supermarket and you see junk food is cheaper than health food, we've got to question what's going on with the system. So yeah, again, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video.